Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Happy Sunday to y'all as we are now at the end of this weekend. I hope you've been enjoying your weekend so far and that your family is enjoying it and that you're all safe and healthy and enjoying life with those things, safety and health. And welcome, Richard Williams. Welcome, Donnell, 140th Street. Richard Williams, you did some running today. Okay. Did some running, 10 miles. That's good. I'm not doing my little workout. I'm scheduled to do a light one later on. I'll do that later. I did a good workout Friday, a really good workout, and I did a light one yesterday, and I'll do another light one today. But that's great. You did 10 miles, man. You must be practicing for are you practicing for a half marathon or something? Dang, you did 10 miles. What's up? What's up, Donnell, 140th Street? Yes, thank you. My wife is doing much better. She's recovering nicely. She lost a lot of blood a week ago. We're just glad that she's back home and now she's recovering and they know what it is. And she's eating the proper things that will help her. And so she's feeling a lot better. Thank you all for your prayers and good wishes. Go from McCormick. What's up, man? Ron Cohen, how you doing? Torres 2423. What's up? Jabroni. What's up, Jabroni Z? And Stephen Kelly, my brother. What y'all doing? What's up? Samuel Rios. Aaron Spalding. What's up? Flatbush. Dre, how you doing? Go Knicks for sure. Michael Drake. What's up? The only one, Dawson. How you doing, brother? Yes. We're very fortunate. My wife and I were just talking about that Friday night, we were talking quiet, and she said, a week ago I was in the hospital. I said, you know what? That's right, a week ago. And so we're thankful that she's not in the hospital anymore, and she's doing much better. She's doing much better. Sphere Jorgensen, what's up? Tony Tippins, what's up? Claudio Lake, how you doing? Greetings to all of you on this Sunday. Again, I hope your families as well, healthy, safe, that you're safe, healthy. Hopefully y'all like my brother over there running some miles today. My man, Richard Williams out there running some miles today. Thank you all again for all your good wishes. So we are about 2 weeks away. You believe that? We're about 2 weeks away from the Knicks season beginning, about 2 weeks away, give or take. But brethren, it's that time. It's that time. And there's several things I wanted to go over today, just a review of the week. But start off, the Knicks have had many sideline reporters. There's the color analyst. There's the play-by-play guy. They always got those two. But then there's always a sideline guy, that really interviews the players on the sideline. Literally, they call it sideline. Sometimes the color guy and the sideline person is the same. Sometimes they have a designated person just for the sideline and all that. What's up, David Byer? And brother Gary Joseph, what's up, man? And so Rebecca Haarlow was a sideline reporter. And, she handled it with, she had a style, she had a class, she had a New York flavor, even though I think she's from Chicago originally. I know she went to Princeton, so she's smart. And she went to Princeton and she's from Chicago, but she brought a New York style, a New York flavor to the sideline. And she was not one of those people that was always trying to get a gotcha question to the players. She would basically serve them up questions that would be positive for the Knicks. And she would always, even in the worst times, come at it from a positive perspective. And so, she was really good. And apparently, she's leaving MSG to start her own communications company. And I'm sure it's going to be successful. Woman like that's been connected to guys like Wally Zerbiak. She got a child with Wally Zerbiak. He got money, he got connections. And of course, coming from Princeton, she got connections. So, and then being now 9 seasons she spent as the sideline reporter for the Knicks. I have no doubt she's going to be very successful in her next endeavor. So wish her the best. We're going to miss her a lot. I don't know who they're going to get to take her place, but she was good, man. She's gonna be a hard act to follow. I know that she's gonna be a hard act to follow. Greeting Keith Watkins, Kareem Grant, my man Wayne Lewis. Greetings to all of you, my brother Superstar. Yeah, she's gonna be a hard act to follow. She was really good, and I'm gonna miss her on the sideline. I can say when all the drama happens in New York, when you got guys like Berman that always ask BS questions, you got somebody like Harlow that will come in and give them an easier question, something to make, even in the worst of times, make it a little bit easier. My thing is, and I've been like this most of my adult life, I'm trying to make it easier on the players. I recognize that the New York jersey, whether it be the Knicks, the Rangers, the Giants, the Jets, the Mets, or the Yankees, or even like the Devils, but not so much the Devils, but the New York teams are the heaviest jerseys to wear in all of their sports. The New York teams are the heaviest jerseys to wear in all of their sports. And so for the Knicks is one of the heaviest jerseys to wear. Some people would argue the Lakers. Okay, that's them. But to me, there's no heavier jersey in the league than the New York Knicks jersey. And so I'm always concerned about how the players handle things in New York, particularly the media. The fans are another thing, but the media in New York is bad, and so Rebecca Haarlow made it easier on the players to deal with New York. And she did that consistently. She was consistently positive on the Knicks, consistently asking questions that would get positive answers. And I like that. I like that because I'm not into trying to get gotcha on the guys of the team I'm trying to help win. I want to win. A lot of people don't understand that. Especially it's disappointing. A lot of Knicks fans don't understand that. But the Knicks jersey is the hardest one to wear. And part of it is because of the fans and part of it because of the media. The bigger part is the media because they got to deal with them all the time. And most of the fans that show up to the Garden to watch them are supportive of the team. If the team is doing bad or if they're playing sucky, they will boo as they should, But that's very rare these days under the Tom Thibodeau era. It used to happen a lot previous to the Tom Thibodeau era, but you don't see it a lot under the Tom Thibodeau era. And the reason is because the fans that show up at MSG to watch the Knicks, one thing they know for sure, for 48 minutes, those cats are going to be coming at them, at their opponent, 100%. No matter how good they're playing that night, they're going to give 100% from opening tip to closing whistle, closing buzzer. And all the fans in New York, of all the teams, of all the fan bases, they appreciate and know when their players are going all out. And so you very rarely have heard a booing at Madison Square Garden for the player. They booed Julius Randle a couple years ago, and he had it coming, and I think he realizes that. But all of that is past, and he has overcome, and he has grown from that. And the Knicks, and so Rebecca Haarlow helped with those things. She did her little part to help with those things. Like I said, she had a style. I wouldn't say she was the most attractive woman I ever seen. She wasn't my type, but the style, the grace that she brought to the position, the way she dressed, the way she handled herself was straight New York, and it was straight coolness. It was coolness. And so we're going to miss her a lot. Next, of course, is Adrian Wojkowski, one of my three wise men, one of the few people that when he says something is getting ready to happen, it's getting ready to happen. If he says there's going to be a trade, there's going to be a trade. And so he don't give you no BS. And so he has the inside information. I don't know how he does it, but if he has a group of contacts in the league, okay, that he knows, I wouldn't be surprised if he had somebody that he would trust with that information. So that somebody else, I'm expecting there to be another Woj type guy that would step up and be able to step into those shoes, even though they're big shoes to fill. Because with Wojkowski, there's two things in my view that make a guy legit as opposed to all the BS. The 95% of the reporters out here, to me, are bull crap reporters. Because one of the things is they will not report something on speculation. And that's why I like also Ian Begley for the same thing, and Shams. They will not report something on speculation. And you could always tell a fake content, a fake handle that's trying to copy, that's trying to be Shams or try to be Ian or try to be Woj, because they'll bring up BS, and Woj and those guys, they don't do that. So unless he got solid evidence, not just something he heard from the janitor or something he heard from some of his friends, he got solid evidence, he will report it. Otherwise, he won't. Okay. And that's what I liked about them. Everybody else except those three guys has reported BS based on speculation that they weren't even sure about themselves. Okay. And so just to get some clicks, just to get some attention, basically, including, and some of those cats that do that got big platforms, and they shouldn't have them, but they backed by big money. That's the only reason. They ain't got no damn talent, but they backed by big money. And that's why they do it. Or they do it for simply entertainment value, like Stephen A. Stupid. He just says stupid things with loud voice because his entertainment value, he's like the court jester, the class clown, but he's getting paid $10 million a year to do it. So I hear him, go ahead and do what you do, But there's a lot of them, like Brian Wimberg, some that dude that loves the Boston Celtics, and he's supposed to be objective. There's a couple of dudes. They come up with some big crap, about the Knicks, and that's where you lose me. You can come up with big crap about any other team you want, but don't come up with no big crap about the Knicks. What I like about Big Perk is Big Perk tells you what he thinks based on his experience. So they'll ask him about the Knicks, and he'll look at the roster and he'll tell you, and it's not, and Big Perk, and this is the difference, like between Big Perk, say, and Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal got something against New York. And so every time they give an opinion about the Knicks, their opinion is slanted because of their dislike of the Knicks, whatever, the Knicks, New York, the organization, whatever. Big Perk is giving you what he thinks from what he knows about basketball. Okay, that's the difference. Big Perk is giving you an analysis based on what he knows. He don't care if it's the Knicks. He's giving you basically what he knows about basketball. So he'll tell you a team stink based on what he knows about basketball, about the coach, about the roster, about the organization. And then he was one of the first ones, and I know y'all know this, that was calling the Knicks up and coming, that was pushing, telling people the Knicks are coming because he saw the vision. He saw that Leon Rose is running that crew. He respects Tom Thibodeau, and he knows. And then when they started building that roster, he saw it, okay? Whereas the Barkleys, the Shaquille O'Neals, the Agent Zeros of the world, their hatred for the Knicks colored what they were looking at, so that you can't really trust what they're saying, okay? You can't really trust what they're saying because they're slanted because of their dislike of the Knicks. Perk is telling you straight up what he thinks based on basketball. Okay, that's what I love about Big Perk. He may not always be right, but that ain't the point. He ain't trying to BS you, and he ain't trying to push a hater perspective. He's trying to give you what he knows about the team, about the organization, about the roster, and from his experience playing pro ball, he's telling you this is what I think is going to happen. Not like a Reggie Miller or a Richard Jefferson that have an agenda. Okay, they all got agendas, man, and so that's what I'm saying. So Big Perk, he's not trying to give you speculation about a trade. He's giving you an analysis about the team. When Wojkowski is telling you about a trade, he's bringing the trade. There's going to be a trade, okay? If Shams is telling you there's going to be a trade, there's going to be a trade, okay? And Ian Begley, when he gives you information, that information is going to come to pass, okay? That's what he's dealing with. And if he's speculating, he will say it. And it's the thing about Begley. He don't come out with it as if it's a source that we could trust. He's telling you, he's not sure, but this may happen. I like that, okay? So Wojkowski is going to be missed. He's going to St. Bonaventure. If you didn't know, St. Bonaventure is a small college in upstate New York, way upstate New York. Bob Lanier, back in the day, he went to St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure is a Catholic school, small Catholic school, way up in the up in the tundra of upstate New York, Olean, New York. It's way up there, okay? And yeah, it's real way up there. So he went to school there, and he's going to be a general manager. I actually never heard of a general manager in a college basketball team. I heard of an athletic director of a college basketball team, because in the pros you have general managers, but apparently they created a general manager position for Wojkowski, and I hear him, because that he's going to be valuable to that program for sure. He's going to be valuable to that program. So we're gonna miss both of them. I feel like they will both be replaced. Well, obviously the Knicks are going to have a sideline reporter to replace Rebecca Haarlow. It's going to be difficult for that woman, whoever she is. I'm pretty sure it'll be a woman, because they got a bunch of dudes in there now with Wally and Pito and what's the guy, Alan Hahn, of course, and then the Clyde Frazier and Mike Breen. Please don't. I don't want Mike Breen to leave either. Mike Breen was another legend. We got to keep him with Clyde, but they'll probably bring another woman on board. I don't know who it'll be, or maybe they'll give our girl Chelsea Sherrod a little bit more light. Maybe they give her a little bit more PT on the sideline. Chelsea Sherrod. That would not be a bad move at all. I don't remember Jill Martin. I remember that name, Guilford, but I don't remember the one before Rebecca was this Italian lady. What was her name, man? It's an Italian lady from Long Island, and she ended up going to another network and I think she was let go. I don't know what happened, but she wasn't leaving voluntarily like Rebecca is. She was let go. I forgot her name, Italian girl, but she left, went somewhere else. Tina something, right, Myers? That's right. Tina something. That's right. She was Tina something. I forgot her name. But I don't know what but they're gonna bring on a woman next. But whoever the woman is, sir, that's right. Servacio or something. That's right, Myers. Tina Servacio. That's it. Thank you, Felicia Lee. That was the one before Rebecca, as far as I remember. That was the one before Rebecca, right? And for some reason, she just wasn't coming back. I don't know what happened, but she wasn't coming back. And so then came Rebecca, and everything got straightened out. So I don't know who they're going to have come in there for Rebecca Haarlow, but they're going to have big shoes to fill, because Rebecca was good, man. So they're going to have really big shoes to fill. The next thing I wanted to go over now, we went over this last weekend, but I see a lot of speculation, and a lot of people have their favorites, and they have their reasons why. But I want to, again, look at this situation squarely, and that is who is going to make up the roster for the Knicks. And there are really 4 question marks. Okay, there are 4 question marks. Felicia Lee, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, Tina Servacio. Thank you, Michael Drake. That's who it was, Tina Servacio. I remember the name Jill Martin Rios. I remember her name, but I don't remember her. I do remember the name Jill Martin, but I don't remember her. She must have been a shorter stint, because I remember Servacio, and then came Rebecca. And Rebecca's been with the Knicks for 9 seasons, man. So she's been here from 2015 on. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And then I remember like Cal Ramsey. Now that was back in the day. I liked Cal Ramsey. Cal Ramsey had a hard job, because he would be interviewing bad New York teams, or in the case of Michael Richardson, God be high as a kite, and Cal Ramsey's trying to interview him. I remember that. Oh gosh, it was so crazy. But Cal Ramsey was one of my favorites. I liked him, man. Cal Ramsey was good, man. What's up, man? Calling from Miami. But the roster. Okay. The Knicks now have 20 players for the camp roster. Okay. I think they're going to sign one more, because they could have 21. They got 20 right now. 20 players coming into camp. Now, you cannot count as a roster position the 3 two-way guys. So you could take them out. So that would be Porty, McCullough, and Toppin. So you could take those 3 out, because they're going to be two-way guys. And they're probably not going to be up on the roster very much. But take them out. They're going to probably spend most of their time in the G League. Well, they are. They're going to spend most of their time in the G League. So now you take them 3 out. You got 17 players. Now, Felicia, what she says, she's starting her own communication company. So it's not like if Rebecca Haarlow was leaving to go at somebody else's sideline, I would say Felicia Lee says Rebecca didn't want conflict with her and Wally. No, I don't think that's what it was. Can be difficult to work with same place as your guy. I don't think that's what it was. If she was going to another team, I would agree. But she's starting her own communications company. So that she's not leaving to go to another team. She's leaving to create a business. So that's different. That's different. That's a whole different game when you're starting a business. So she's starting her own communications business. Yeah. And so, like I said, she has got all kind of pull because she's from Chicago, but she went to Princeton. So Princeton, you go to any of these Ivy League schools, like Steve Mills. Steve Mills went to Princeton. So you go to one of these Ivy League schools, you got contacts, big time contacts for life. Okay. So Rebecca come out, but she was a white woman coming out of Ivy League school, and she for 9 years at MSG, she got contacts. Okay. So she got contacts. Then she connected with Zerbiak, obviously. Zerbiak got money, deep money, and contacts. Okay, so she is going to have a big foot up. She got the experience. She got the contacts. And therefore having the contacts, she's going to get the money. She got a big leg up on success. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's going to be all right. And now I don't think it had anything to do with Wally though. I think it was just her deciding the next step for her was starting her own thing. Well, I wouldn't say Mills was not a general manager or president. Mills is an executive, and he's still an executive with the Knicks. So yes, he might have been a fish out of water when they put him as GM, and president of basketball operations with Scott Perry. But I wouldn't say he's bad at his job because that's not his regular job. His regular job is an MSG, Madison Square Garden executive, and he's been there for more than 20 years, and he's still there. Steve Mills is still in the New York Knicks organization, and he's still an executive with Dolan. So he's been there a long time. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was bad at his job. He knew what he's doing. He just wasn't good at basketball decisions. That I agree with because he had like a million gazillion power forwards on the team in his year as the president of basketball operations. But one thing that we got to say, which many people keep forgetting, he was the first one to publicly promise he wasn't going to be trading first round picks. That was big time. He was the first one that I remember in Knicks history to say, come out and do a press conference and say, I'm going to promise you one thing. We ain't never trading first round picks. And if you've been following the Knicks anytime since Isaiah Thomas, but even before that, they were giving out first round picks for a minute. Okay. Giving out first round picks for a minute. So I can't diss on Steve Mills too much, but he did go to Princeton and he does have contacts and he still is an executive at Madison Square Garden. It's the same with Rebecca Haarlow. She went to Princeton. She got contacts. So she going to be surrounded by the best when she starts this. She didn't just, I'm telling you right now, she's not going into this blindfolded. She knows what she's doing. She got people with her that's probably know what the hell they doing. She's going to have the money she need to get it started. She's going to have everything she needs. And so she probably going to do very well. She probably going to do very well. So, yeah, we'll miss her. But back to the roster. So there's 20 players signed to at least Exhibit 9 contracts or two-way contracts. You take out Huporti, McCullough, and Toppin, because they're two-way players who are probably going to spend the majority of their 90% in the G League. Okay. Then you got to take out your 9-man rotation. That's off the table. So you take off your 9-man rotation. That is Mitch Robb, Juju, Hart. Mitch Robb, Juju. Let me go by the starters. OG, McCall, Brunson, Hart, Precious, Devo, and Deuce. So you take them 9 off. Then you could take off Cameron Payne and Jericho Sims. That's your 10th and 11th guy. Take them off. So there you go, 11 guys off plus the 3 off the roster, but 11 of your 15. So now you got 4 spots in your 15-man roster. Okay, you got 4 spots in your 15-man roster. You got to take off Kolek and Daddier, because Kolek and Daddier are signed. They're not two-way players. They're signed. Now, they're going to spend almost all their time in the G League. They're going to be practicing with the regular team, and they're signed. So you take them off. They're not going anywhere. So you got Kolek and Daddier. So now, out of the 15 roster spots, you got 13. Okay? Y'all got that so far? So there's really 13 that's already on the roster, ain't going nowhere. Okay? Then you got 2 more spots. That's what you got right now. Now, for those 2 spots, you got Mook, Shamet, Bates Diop, and OKK. Those are 4 guys vying for 2 spots. Okay? So you're not going to have all of them. Some people say, we got to have Shamet. We got to have Mook. He's the enforcer. We got to got Bates Diop. No, you're going to get 2. Okay? That's it. Then let's say we take OKK off because he's the least experienced. He ain't got a contract. Let's say he goes. Okay? So now you got Mook, Shamet, and Bates Diop. 3 guys vying for 2 spots. That's what you got. Okay? 3 guys vying for 2 spots. That's what you got. That's what you got left. So you're looking at Bates Diop. Bates Diop is what? 6'6", 6'7"? I think he is. Let me just make sure. He's about 6'6", 6'7". And he's a wing, right? Bates Diop, as far as I know, he's a wing. Let me just look at this here. He's a 6'8", 229 small forward. He's a wing. Okay, he's a wing. 6'8", wing. Shamet, 6'4", 2 guard. Shamet. Mook, 6'8", right? 6'8", power forward, small forward, right? Mook is 6'8", let's see. Yep, 6'8", 218, power forward, small forward. That's Mook. So you got a power forward, small forward. You got a 2 guard. You got a wing. That means he could play the 2 or the 3 Bates Diop. You're going to cut one of those 3. I'm assuming OKK gets cut. So now you got to cut one of those 3. Who you cutting? In fact, let's do a poll on that. Okay. Because that's what you're coming down to. You got 3 options. That's all. And that's really what you're going to have. You got 3 options. You're going to have Morris. You're going to have Shamet. Or you're going to have Bates Diop. So you got 3 options. That's all you got. There's no other. That's it. So now who's getting cut? One of these 3 players is getting cut. Okay, that's who's getting cut. One of these 3 players are getting cut. Okay, which one of those guys are getting cut? All this other speculation about what they could do and all that, that don't matter. What I want to know is who you keeping and who's getting cut. Okay, and basically whoever the 2 guys are that stay, they ain't gonna play. If you see them playing, that means there's a lot of injuries. If we get what we want, and I believe even the nuttiest of y'all want the Knicks to stay healthy. Even the most nuttiest of y'all want the Knicks to stay healthy. If the Knicks stay healthy, okay, then Mook and Shamet ain't playing. If they stay healthy, Mook and Shamet ain't playing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All right. So you guys, if you're the coach, you're Tibbs, you gotta make a cut. So far, 18 votes. Bates Diop looks like he's the one getting cut. And I can hear that. You know, I can see that. But that's what you got to make a decision. And so Shamet, Mook, Kolek, Daddy A, those are the guys that are going to be riding the bench. Okay? They're going to be riding the bench. And Kolek and Daddy A are going to be spending their time playing. They're getting their minutes in the G League. They'll be playing in the G League. Okay? Along with Porty, McCullough, and Toppin. They're going to be in the G League. In fact, there's your starting five. Porty, McCullough, Toppin, Kolek, and Daddy A. That's your starting five in the G League. That's your starting five. Okay, so they're gonna be spending their time playing in the G League. None of those five guys. I don't care what kind of drugs you think you on. They're not going to play. I don't care. It's got to be down to five guys left on the roster for them to play. Otherwise, none of them gonna play. Okay, so let's take out your mind what you think they could do this year. Ain't none of them doing nothing but riding the bench and playing G League. And then with Mook and Shamet, they'll play if you got injuries. If you got injuries, that means they'll play. Okay? If you got injuries, that means they'll play. But if you're really like me, you don't want to see no injuries that keep any of our 11 guys, especially our 9-man rotation. You don't want nobody hurt for any extended time. Nobody. You might get Mitch hurt his ankle and miss 3 games. Okay. That's going to happen. And then, altogether, that could happen a few times in the season, and he'll miss a total of 17 games to 23 games, 22 games. Fine. That's about the worst of it, though. Same with our boy, OG. We need OG to play 65 games, which means he's going to miss 17 games. He missed 17 games? Okay. Don't miss no more than that. Sprained ankle, rest, sprained shoulder, whatever. Sprained, we call that hamstring sprain, whatever. You're going to miss a few games. We know that. That's going to happen. But don't break nothing and miss the season, something like that. No. So if that's happened, then you won't see Mook get any minutes. You won't see Shamet get any minutes because you got your 9-man rotation, and then you got Cameron Payne, and you have Jericho Sims, who are going to fill in at the point guard and the center or power forward as needed. Because you got Sims and Precious can both play 2 positions. They can both play the 5 and they can both play the 4. Both of those guys. So you're going to have that. Okay. So just be realistic. So I like the way I agree with what's happening so far. 56% of y'all think Bates Diop is the cut. Now, 41% of y'all thinks it's Shamet. And you know what? I understand that. I could understand that. Because look, Bates Diop is 6'8". Mook is 6'8". It's good to have 2 6'8" guys that can cover the 3, the 4, and the 2. Bates Diop could cover the 2 and the 3. Mook could cover the 3 and the 4. And it's good to have guys like that. I could see Shamet getting cut. I could see Shamet getting cut because he's a shooter, but you already got that. You got Devo. You got Dukes. You got Brunson. You got Payne. What else we need? Okay, what else you need? Right, and I like that Wellflower. Wellflower said, well, which one D's up the best? That's exactly right. I can't tell you because I ain't seen enough of Bates Diop to know if he plays any defense or not. I ain't seen enough of him to know if he plays any defense. I don't know. I know he comes out of Ohio State. He born in 98. So what's that make him? He born in 96. So he 28 right now. He's 28 years old. So I don't know. I don't know. You seen him play Guilford. Guilford say he plays defense. Okay. Shamet plays pretty good perimeter defense. I think he does. Shamet plays a smart perimeter defense game. He's not going to be mistaken for an all NBA defender, but he plays pretty good. So I don't know really, but I could see Shamet getting cut and them keeping Bates Diop. I could see that because not only that, Bates Diop is already signed. Okay, he's already signed. He's got a $2.6 million deal. He's already signed. Okay, so and probably Mook because of his veteran status. I think the minimum for him is 3.3. They probably get that done because right now they already got Bates Diop money counted, and they got 7.6 million under the second apron. Right now, the Knicks, according to Spot Rack, the Knicks are 7.6 million under the second apron right now. They got 7.6 million to play with under the second apron. So if they signed Mook for 3.3, they still got $4 million under the second apron, and they probably could leave it like that. Shamet, they'd have to sign him to a contract. So I could actually see Bates Diop sticking and Shamet getting cut. I could see that. I think all of us are under the impression that Mook is staying. And I agree with that. I think Mook will stay. Just based on his status, his toughness, his veteran leadership, I think Mook stays. Okay. But Shamet, I don't know. I could see Shamet getting cut. I have to think, in fact, let me say it this way. Out of those three, I think Shamet's the leading candidate to get cut. I think Bates Diop stays because he's 6'8", 225, and he can fill in at two spots, and Mook can fill in at two spots. Yeah. So we'll see. No, ain't no guard battle, Ant. What guard battle? Ain't no guard battle. No, there ain't. People trying to create one, but ain't no guard battle. There's no battle at guard. None. Zero. No battle at guard. None. Okay. You got McCall starting, DiVincenzo at the two behind him. You got JB starting, Deuce at the two behind him. You got Cameron Payne that could fill out in at the point if or when Brunson sits, which is going to be just a few games, but that's where Brunson sits. Ain't going to be there's no battle at the guard spot. None, zero. People, I don't understand why people keep thinking that Kolek is going to get any minutes at all. I don't understand. He's not playing at all. Let me guarantee you something. He will not see the floor. And if he does see the floor, the Knicks are in major trouble. Major trouble. Major trouble. They're in major trouble, man. If Kolek gets to see the floor, the Knicks are in major trouble. But he should and will spend all his time in the G League. He'll be starting point guard in the G League. Yeah, he ain't playing. And then you got Shamet, like we're talking about Shamet right now. Shamet's going to have a hard road to hoe. I think so. Because he's going to have a hard road to hoe. We're going to see. We're going to see. I like Bates Diop because of his size. Like I said, 6'8", 229, in his prime at 28 years old. He could fill in the case that there's major injury bug. The Knicks will have depth. Let's put it that way. The Knicks are going to have some serious depth, man, because you're talking about the 11 guys that we know are the top 11. And then you still got Mook, and you would have Bates Diop. So you have really a nice 13 guys of depth that you could play. Tibbs is going, and that brings me to the next thing, versatility. They're gone, man. Tibbs is licking his chops. I can imagine him licking his chops right now. Because shoot, he could play all kind of ways. And I'm just talking about the 9 guys. Some people, and I hear you, some people are like, well, maybe he plays 10. He's done that once, but that was because of injuries. He really don't like to play 10. If he keeps everybody healthy, he's playing 9. He doesn't play 10. So he will play 10 if he needs to because of injuries. He's done that before. With the Bulls, he did that. But he really wants to keep 9 and play 9. Now, the way he's got a different style 9 this year, and he's been doing this is not new for Jericho Sims. Because the weird thing about Sims is if Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa hold down the 5 spot, no foul trouble, no injury, Jericho won't play. But we know, we absolutely know Mitch Robinson's going to miss some games. The only question is if he's going to break something. If he just sprains his ankle, no problem. We could deal with that. But if he breaks a bone, man, okay? And I'm finished with him after that. So, Mitch Rob, you got to stay healthy this year, my brother. So, if he just sprains an ankle and he misses 20 games or 17 games all told, Jericho's going to start for those games. So, let's call it 17. Let's say Mitch Rob plays 65 games. Jericho is going to start 17 games, okay? And that's weird. So, he goes from not playing to starting, but he's been doing that. That's okay. So, you could do that. So he comes in, he gets used to, he starts. He knows Tibbs' system. He knows what's expected of him. He knows how to play the 5 with Tibbs, so he can play. Okay, but that's your 10th, 11th guy. Then Cameron Payne, Brunson misses games, or he gets hurt, or somebody's in foul trouble, and you need another guard. You got Cameron Payne. That's what's gonna come in there. Yeah. So yeah, so Mook can mentor Sims. He can mentor uh, Diop. Also, of course, you know the Knicks got a new big man coach. They hired a new big man coach. You know, they hired a big man coach, so don't discount that. He's going to play a big role for Sims. Big role for Sims. So, you know, he's going to play a big role for Sims. So that's it. Yeah. So no, Randle and Robinson have been questionable for the start of the season. That's nothing new. But neither of them are going to miss significant time in the season. It's even speculated now that Randle could be ready for the season, according to SNY. Randle could be ready for the opener of the season, and so could Mitchell Robinson. The question with Mitchell Robinson, technically, what Ian actually said was they didn't know if he was going to be ready to start a training camp. Nobody said Mitchell Robinson wasn't going to be ready to start the season, but Ian Begley did say it's questionable whether he will be ready to start training camp. So that doesn't mean he won't be ready to start the season. That means you got all training camp, all preseason, and then you got the season. So I wouldn't sleep on Mitchell Robinson not being ready. He should be ready for Boston. You know, yeah. Herb Williams was a coach. Herb Williams was, you know, the guy on Miami that they keep forever. Herb Williams was that guy before the other guy. Herb Williams was, what's that guy that's on the Miami Heat? Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's been on Miami Heat, and I think he's just retiring. He's been on the Miami Heat as a player for like 20 years. What is his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What is that boy's name? Come on, y'all. Haslam, that's right. Udonis Haslam. Well, Herb Williams was Udonis Haslam before Udonis Haslam. Herb Williams was on the Knicks, and he played, and then he became a coach, and he was a coach. And at first he was a player coach. He was an assistant coach and a player. And they put him in once in a while, and then he was a coach, an assistant coach. So he was with the Knicks a long time. And yeah, Herb Williams, I think he came out of Ohio State. I think it was Herb Williams with this guy named Lawrence Funderburk, and they played around the time, I think, of the Fab Five, I think. But yeah, Herb Williams was with the Knicks a very long time. He was Udonis Haslam before Udonis Haslam. So yeah, he was with the Knicks organization a long time. So Herb, I wouldn't say he didn't plan out because he was with us a long time. I don't know what he decided to do. Yeah, he was. He was with us like all together, like Keith Watkins said. He was with the Knicks like 20 years. Yeah. And he probably retired from the MSG. Because you know what? MSG is one of them nice corporations you want to work for. Because you know how much money you know how much money they bring in? The Rangers and the Knicks. MSG is bringing in some bucks. So if you could be a janitor on the MSG payroll, you doing all right. So Herb probably retired on his MSG pension, man. He probably, you know, he had his players game. He probably got the NBA, now got a pension. He probably got that, and he got his little MSG pension. Herb probably chilling. Herb probably chilling right now. Yeah, he was with the Knicks a long time. Herb Williams, a long time, as a player and a coach. That's right. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, Herb Williams was there a while, but Tibbs has got to be licking his chops with the 9-man rotation. Dang, he got all kind of options. He really does. I mean, it's crazy. He could play all 4 bench guys with any one of the 5 guys in the starting line. He could. He could play 2 of the bench guys with 3 of the 5 starting 5. He could play 2 of the starting 5 with 3 bench guys. He's got so much versatility, and all of them, any combination of that 9 that you put out there is going to be tough. Any combination of that 9 that you put out there is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. So, and that's what I'm saying. Almost any combination you want to throw out there is going to be tough, okay, on the opponent. The opponent's going to have a problem, no matter which one you throw out there, okay? And there's so many combinations, I can't think of them all. I mean, there really is. There's so many combinations. You could play Mitch Rob at the 5. You could play Herb. You could play Precious at the 5. You could play Jew at the 5. You could play OG at the 5 on defense. We've seen him do that. OG was playing the 5 on defense against Embiid and doing a hell of a job, right? So you got that. Then you got at the 4 spot, Juju, Precious Achua, and Hart. Any of those. And you can also put OG at the 4. You got OG can play the 4. You got Juju, OG, Hart, and Precious. All of them can play the 4. The 2 guard spot, you got Deuce, Devo. You got Devo, McCall, Deuce, Hart. All of them can play the 2 spot. The 3 spot, you got Devo, you got Hart, can play the 3. You got OG, you got McCall, can play the 3. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, you got the point guards, Deuce and JB, and then you still got Cameron Payne. It's crazy, man. The combinations that you could throw out there, if you're Tibbs, is ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. That's what I'm saying. If things go right, y'all, you won't see Mook play. You won't see him play. You won't see Diop play. You won't see Shaman if he makes a team. You won't see him play. You won't see Kolek play. You won't see Daddy play because Tibbs has too much. He has too many tools in his toolbox with the 9 guys that he's got. He's got too many tools, man. Yeah, so I'm saying Juju is a matchup nightmare. Brunson is a matchup nightmare. And let me tell you, I think y'all agree with me what I'm about to say. Tell me if you agree. Somebody brought it up in the chat when I was in my chat before. But Mikal Bridges could very well be your second option. Y'all see what I'm saying? Mikal could. I'm not saying he will, but he could very well be the second option. And why? Y'all know McCall could ball on both sides of the ball now. Like, we already knew he's a defensive demon. But now, boy got 3-point shot. He got go to the hole. He got all that. He got all 3. He could shoot from the line. He's a 3-level scorer. Legit 3-level scorer. Okay? He's a legit 3-level scorer. So, I mean, man, they got so many options. It's ridiculous. You know, AP brings up a good point, but you know what? Y'all should understand. Part of this is y'all fault. Y'all should not be actually paying attention seriously to anybody talking about trading Julius Randle. They should be crossed off your list as any legitimate source of information. Like I have. I've crossed off NBA Central. I don't believe anything they say. I don't pay any attention to them. They are straight up vomit garbage. Just like Brian Windbag is straight up vomit garbage. Just like Stephen A. Stupid. There's just some people I don't pay no attention to. And y'all need to do the same thing. They ain't worth your time. Okay? So anybody bringing up a Julius Randle trade is a complete idiot. Let me tell you why. Why do I say they're a complete idiot? Let me tell you why. The Knicks have now built a team that can go to the championship. Julius Randle has been in Tom Thibodeau's system for now going on his 5th season, not including the season he wasn't in when he was with David Fizdale. He's been with Tom Thibodeau for 4 years going into his 5th season. Tom Thibodeau loves him, okay? And Thibodeau knows he trusts Juju and know what Juju could bring. Like I said, if you're paying any attention at all, you know that any given night or any streak of nights, Juju could decide, I'm just going to carry this team tonight. I'm going to knock down like 4 out of 6 threes. I'm going to take 20 shots and hit like 16 of them. I'm going to take like 12, 14 boards tonight. And nobody's going to do anything about me. And I'm going to lock up who I'm guarding. He does that. There's games that he does that. Now, there's games where he has 6 turnovers. We know that. But people forget about them games where Juju just decides, it's me. I'm taking this team in today. And he does it. And he'll usually do it against a good team. He don't just do it against scrubby teams. Like especially if it's a guy on the other side that's trying to claim or at least even act like or give you body language like he better than Juju, like against Indiana, like against not Indiana, the Kings, Sabonis, or against LA with Anthony Ambulance, he might, or Miami. Oh, he loves doing in Miami. So you know what? Oh no, man. I'm not arguing with you, Charm Boy. You go back and watch film and learn how to watch basketball. You don't know what the hell you talking about. Juju know how to play some damn defense. He been playing defense for a year and a half. You better catch up and stop being like Mustard and catch up, brother. Because that brother plays some defense. Stop it. What you mean stop it? You don't know what you're talking about. Juju does play defense. And he playing it now. Please, man. So there's games where he just decides I'm taking over. And usually it's against a Miami, a LA Lakers, a Sacramento Kings on the road. He'll just decide I'm taking over today because I'm gonna show y'all that I can take this. I'm better than whoever it is that you're comparing me to. He does that, man. He does that. Hell with that. So anybody, and so wait a minute. So with all that, you got a 2-time all NBA power forward in his prime, a 3-time NBA all-star picked by the coaches. Okay? A 2010 guy. And he's been on this team's uptick for 4 seasons. And now you want to break it up for what? Your freaking NBA fantasy? Are you kidding me? See, that's what I mean. There's some idiots. That's what I'm saying. Straight idiotic. It's straight stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. Like zero. Oh my God. Man, I'll be like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? And wait a minute. Did we forget that while Julius Randle was healthy with OG Anunoby, their first 14 games together, they were 12-2? Did we forget that? Like there was no honeymoon. As soon as OG hit the court with Juju, they were 12-2. And number 1 in the NBA in defense. Number 1. Charm Boy, did you catch that? When soon as he hit the court with OG, number 1 in defense, 12-2. Y'all need to stop. For real. Y'all need to stop. It's clickbait. It's straight clickbait, Guilford McCormick. It's straight clickbait. That's all it is. It's clickbait. You know what it is because Juju came to the Knicks from the Pelicans. His first year was a disaster, right? His first year was candy stats and turnovers. That was Julius Randle's first year with the Knicks under David Fizdale. That was it. The next summer, they brought in Tom Thibodeau. And Tom Thibodeau will tell you he sought out Julius Randle because the Knicks were planning on trading him. He sought out Julius Randle. What happens the next season? All NBA, All-Star. Y'all think that's accidental? See, it's between the Tibbs hate and the Juju hate. They're blinded to what's right in front of them. Okay, so he went from, and I wanted him traded after his first year with New York. I did. He couldn't play no defense. He gave some time the effort. He was a deal on the sideline. I was like, get rid of this guy. I was glad when they drafted Obi Toppin, even though I really wanted Halliburton first, and then I wanted the boy that the San Antonio got, But I was happy with Obi. But hey, Tom Thibodeau made that man All NBA and All Star in one season. Then the next year they brought in 2 guys that they shouldn't have, in Kemba Walker, right, and Frenchie. They shouldn't have brought them in. That was a Don's mistake. That was his biggest glaring mistake in his era, and that messed everybody, including Juju. That was a thumbs down year. Okay, he was frustrated. He did stupid. That was a smack the computer out of your own coach's hand. That was that. Okay, the next year he comes back, All NBA, All Star, 47 wins, 4th in the East. The next year. Okay. Then last year, All-Star. If he'd have played, he'd have been All-NBA. But All-Star. Okay. 50 wins. And people want to take that piece that's been part of this team for the 4 years of success and say, okay, it's time to trade it. What the hell? What do you and wait, what do you think you're actually going to get that's worthy of replacing him? And then somebody will say, well, OG could play the 4. Really? So you want OG at the 4, McCall at the 3, and then no depth. So instead of so you're going to get rid of an all NBA guy so you can have OG at the 4. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it, man. I don't exactly Wellflower. Wellflower got you're trading chemistry, you're trading long-term sustainable winning for what? For an NBA 2K idiot. That's what you're doing. That's why I say the persons talking about trading Randle are complete clickbait idiot. And when I see it, I don't even click on it. When I see it, I don't fall for the BS. I'm not on for the okie doke. I don't even click on it. And I take note of who's writing it, and I don't read none of their stuff no more. That's the way I look at it. That's why when y'all heard me breaking on Brian Winback, because he brought up BS in the past. Big BS. We know Stephen A. Smith had brought up big BS. We ain't got to even learn about that. We can pull receipts with no problem. We know Mark Berman has brought up BS. We know he has. We can pull receipts. No problem. NBA Central, major BS. Major BS. Okay? We know this. So we ain't got to worry about it. You understand? So once I see it, it may be 2 years later. Somebody say, oh, this one said, and I said, who is it? Oh, no, forget it. I ain't listening to nothing they say. Steve Bondi, he lost me. He lost me. I ain't worried about him. He lost me a long time ago. Forget him. Motherfucker, Steve Bondi. You know what I'm saying? And the dude that's always, I forgot his name. I can see his face. Oh, yes. CBS Sports, please. CBS Sports, you know. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's some people that you ain't. Once they lose me, they lost me. See, Katz was on the border. Then Katz started coming out with some stuff, man. And I was like, okay, he's not a wise man yet, but okay. I'll give him a little leverage, a little rope. But some of these cats lost me, man. Just lost me, straight up lost me. And said, like I said, Woj, Shams, and Ian Begley. That's it. That's it, man. So I don't see Randle playing much at the 5. The only time I can see Randle playing 5, any minutes at all, and we're talking about 10 at the max. I know Tip said 10 to 15, but I don't think so. But the only time you want to really see, or you will see, Randle play some 5, it's on one of those nights where he is going the freak off. Like if we're playing Sacramento, and he is dropping threes, and he is dunking on Sabonis, and he is locking Sabonis up. You might see him play some 5 then, because he won't want to come off the court, and Tibbs won't want him to come off the court because he's dominating and we're winning, right? So in those type of games, you might see him play 5, but on a nightly basis, you won't see it. It'll wear him out too much, and you don't need to do that because you got enough guys between Precious and Jericho to back up Mitch Rob, and you ain't got to worry about that. Okay, I did see Randall's podcast. I like it. You mean the video? It was like 10-minute video of him coming back, and they interview him and his little boy and Kendra. Right? It was cool. Yeah, I like when he plays Sabonis. You can see a little bit more edge when he plays Sabonis. When he plays against AD, there's definitely a Kentucky thing. There's definitely an edge to it. You can see that. You can see that. When he playing against AD, Anthony Ambulance, Juju and AD are going at it, and Ju usually gets the better end of it. And then, of course, there's Miami. Okay? He's usually going off against Miami. He usually is. He's going off against Miami. He likes playing against Miami. Oh, yes. Wellflower. Let me not forget. When he plays against Cat, that's another one. When we play in Minnesota and Cat's on the floor and Juju's on the floor, they usually don't have Juju guarding him, though. They'll usually have another guy, like this year be OG or McCall or somebody. But they definitely go off. And then, of course, that's right. When he goes to his hometown in Dallas, yeah, he's going to go off there too. See, there's certain games you want to see Juju. And so when them games come, Yeah, he's gonna be that dude. And what I like about this year is the team is so deep that even if he's trying to go off, we got so many weapons, man. We got so many weapons. Oh my gosh, man. So I'm real excited. 55 plus. I'm sticking with that. 55 plus. Now they can easily win plus 60 now. I ain't gonna sleep on it. But 55 plus, I'm being conservative. 55 plus. I said 50 last year. They won 50. I thought they could have actually got to 55, but the injuries, slowed them down a lot. But 55 plus this year. They could win 62. I ain't gonna front. You giving Tibbs too many options, man. Too many dudes that he can trust. Yeah, I can see 62. I can see 62. I can see it. I don't think that's not a crazy projection, but I just like to be conservative. So I'm gonna say 55 plus. Yeah, but I hear y'all with the 60. I ain't gonna front that. I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Paulo. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know if you can handle Paulo. If I'm the Knicks, right, I'm putting you on who's the center. Whoever their 5 guy is, I'm putting you on him. I'm putting Mitch Rob on Paulo. And I'm putting Precious when he come in the game on Paulo. We all got our kryptonite, man. I love Juju, but I would put Juju on Wendell Carter. And I watched Juju play against Paulo. I'm gonna tell you, man. Where's my man at? Castle King ain't here. I was there 2 times. I seen you go at in Paulo. I'm just telling y'all, everybody got a kryptonite. Everybody does. Paulo is too much for that man. It's like they said in Rocky. You remember Rocky 2? He said, "We don't need this man. Stay away from this man." They were trying to tell his boy, Paulo Creed boy, trying to tell him, "We don't want no more of this man. Leave this man alone." Well, let me tell you something. That's Paulo Banchero, man. I'm trying to tell you. 6'10", 250 pounds of fury. And that boy, I love watching. He's entertainment to watch. He's already really, really good. He's going to be a great player. He's going to win an MVP in my view. And before it's done, he's going to win an MVP. And they except for the Knicks, they could win a championship. He's like that. He is. I respect the hell out of Paulo Banchero. I love his game. I liked him at Duke, but I knew there was no way that the Knicks would be able to get him. But I hope so otherwise. But I done seen him in person, man. I done watched him play, and dude. And again, give me Jew against AD. Give me Jew against Sabonis. Give me Jew against anybody else in the league. Port Zingers. Give me Jew against anybody else. Okay? Anybody else. But not Paulo. I'm just telling y'all. And give me Jew against Giannis. I'll take Jew against Giannis. Giannis is great. Great Hall of Fame future. Already got an MVP or 2. Already got Defensive Player of the Year or 2. Already got a chip. He's going to be an MVP, a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no doubt. Giannis is that. But Giannis represents present going toward past. Paulo represents future going toward present. You hear what I'm saying? Giannis represents present at the end of his present going toward the past. Paulo is future going toward the present. I put Paulo above Zion, and I ain't worried about Zion if I'm Juju. Zion hurt too much, man. Zion got talent to be all that, but when is he going to be all that? You hear what I'm saying? When is he going to play, more than 50 games in a season? That's what I want to know. If he can ball for, 65 games, yeah, Zion is all that. There's no doubt in my mind. Zion is all that. But I can't give him those type of props They're going. Paolo played what? Paolo played at least 72 games in his first 2 seasons, at least both, and that's hitting the rookie wall too. He played at least 72. I think he played more than that, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back and look. I think Paolo played 80 games. Let me just chase here. I'll tell you right quick. Banchero. Let's take a look at my man here. And he's still, this boy right here, he's only 21 going on 22. So he played, let's see. He played 80 games last year, 72 games his rookie year. That's a rookie right there. He played 72 games his rookie year. He played 80 games last year. And he played a lot of minutes too. And he's just turning 22. He's not even 22 yet. He's 21. He's going to be 22. When is he going to be 22? In November. Yeah. He's like that, man. I'm trying to tell you. He's like that. Yo, Paolo. I mean, he's 21 years old, y'all. Look. Do y'all remember Juju when he was 21? Y'all remember Juju when he was 21? He wasn't nothing like Paolo. No, man. He was good now. I mean, he was. But he wasn't nothing like Paolo. He was on the Lakers. I think the Lakers kept him 4 years, and then he went to New Orleans. But he wasn't like Paolo is right now. He wasn't close, not in any area of the game. Paolo is that dude, man. He's only 21, and he's gonna be 22 in November. Like I said, and he played like he young, like he got that freshness, that energy, like he 22. 6'10", can shoot threes, can rebound, can play defense, can handle the rock, can pass the rock. Bro, let me look at his stat. I ain't even looking at his stats yet. Let me look at his stat. I'll tell you right now. Let me see. Last year, he averaged 23 a game. He averaged 5 assists, 7 boards. He shot 73% from the line. He shot he shot 50%. Wait, no, I can't. No. He shot 34% from 3. That's his weak link. He shot 46% from the field. 33%, 34% from 3. So his weak link is the 3-point shot. But I'm going to tell you, he was an all-star last year too. I'm telling you, this boy is going to be good. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be good, man. I don't know. Diamond Holdings. See, that's what I'm saying. Diamond Holdings say he's not better than Randle yet. I ain't gonna argue with you, but the point is that I'm making, I think he's better than Randle right now. But I'm gonna tell you this. I respect what Diamond Holdings said, but I'm gonna say this. Can we agree with this? It's arguable. That's all I'm saying. Right now, it's arguable. Like, in other words, I could see a case be made both ways. Okay. I can see a case be made. That's how good this boy is, though, because you're comparing him for a guy in his prime that's all NBA. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You're comparing him to a guy that's all NBA. Okay, a 2010 guy. Okay. Now, Paolo, like I said, he is right now, he got 6 boards, 23 points a game. He shoots 73% from the field. Effective field goal percentage, 50%. He shoots 34% from 3 on 4 attempts. He shoots 46% from the field. He takes 18 shots a game. He's not his best yet. He's not even close to his best yet. You're talking about a guy that's going to be 22. You got 4 more years of him growing. I'm seeing the future, and I'm telling you, and you're going to start to see a lot of it this year. See, the thing is, because Franz Wagner is underrated. I underrate him. Franz Wagner is really good. Wagner is underrated. I'm going to tell you right now. Wagner is really good. Like, Wagner, in my view, he's actually all-star level, but he's underrated. He's 6'10", Wagner. And let me see what he got now. He scored 20 a game last year, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He shoots 85% from the line. This fool shoots 28% from three, so he can't shoot the three at all. He shoots 48% from the field, but from the field, this dude's dangerous. But he shot before that 36% and 35% from three. So he's had better years. He was rookie of the year, fifth for rookie of the year, his rookie year, but he is really good. He's the perfect second guy. Perfect second guy. But at 6'10", Guilford, I think he's going to pick that up. How old is this boy now? He's another young boy. How old is he? Let me see. Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner is 23. He just turned 23. Damn. What's up, Kazak? Yeah, I'm just telling y'all, man. Don't sleep on it. And then y'all know this ain't an Orlando Magic team, but y'all got to give them respect. You know they got Suggs. Come on, baby. Suggs is another up-and-coming dude. He is another one. 23, just turned 23 years old. Oh, my gosh, man. Yeah, they're going to be challenging us this year. There's no doubt. We ain't got it. And Suggs are 40% from three, 76% from the line, 47% from the field, average 13. He ain't do a lot of assists, though, 7. But don't sleep on these cats, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't sleep on these cats. Don't sleep on them. Suggs the ball. And now they went and got KCP, right? They went and got him. Yeah, they got a nice team. Man. So I'm trying to tell y'all, though, Paolo is up and coming. I see it all over him, man. That cat is superstar in the making. It ain't going to be long. Maybe this season, maybe next season, he's going to explode, man. It's going to be all over. They haven't had a guy really that could take them to the promised land like that. I mean, I know they got Dwight Howard, but for some reason, Dwight Howard never panned out. He was leading the league in rebounding, defense player of the year. You know, Dwight Howard was all that. But for some reason, they couldn't get, I guess, the sporting cast around him to get to him to take him to the promised land. But Paolo's got the supporting cast. Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Isaac, they got the supporting cast around him. Wendell Carter, Mo Wagner, they got the supporting cast around him. Anthony Black, a nice rookie. Wendell Carter Jr. Caleb Houston's another player that they just got from Canada. He's nice. Jet Howard is good. They got a team, man. Jonathan Isaac, they got a really nice team. They really do. They got a really nice team, man. But they'll give us, it's probably before your time, but there was a time when the New York Islanders was winning like multiple championships in the NHL. There was a time when the New York Islanders was that. They would have taken over the NHL, right? And they must have won at least, I can't remember, but maybe it was 3 straight. They won at least 3 straight Stanley Cups, the New York Islanders. This was back in the 70s. They was really, Denny Potvin was one of their stars. They was bad news, man. But then came this young dude, Gretzky, okay? Then came this dude, Gretzky. And Gretzky was already, as a teenage boy coming into the NHL, the best player in the NHL. But they didn't give him them props because he was so young. But they was pushing the Islanders. They were pushing them. And then the last time the Islanders did beat them. But I was like, Gretzky and them coming. And then Edmonton that's when the Edmonton Oilers, the Edmonton Oilers just took over. It was Gretzky, and there was the dude that ended up coming to the Rangers. I forgot his name, but they had a squad over there, and Gretzky, they just took over. And so they were pushing, they were coming while Gretzky was young. But then here come Gretzky now. That's Orlando. Right now, the Knicks are better. The Knicks are the better team. No joke. The Knicks are the better team. And they could beat Orlando in a 7-game series. There's no doubt about it. They will beat Orlando in a 7-game series. But Orlando's coming. They are. They got too much talent over there. And Paolo Banchero is that guy. Give them about 2 years. They're going to be a serious problem. They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem, man. They really are. They're going to be a problem. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so I don't know if it was the "Don't Drop the Soap" Howard stuff going on in Orlando. I don't know what it was, but he was producing though. Now he was Defensive Player of the Year. He was leading the NBA in rebounding. He really was. He was one of the best defenders, obviously in the NBA. So, but they just couldn't. They had him, and they had this kid from St. Joseph's, little short dude. I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He was their point guard out of St. Joseph's. Nice kid, a good leader. Something like a Jalen Brunson, but wasn't quite like as good as Jalen Brunson. And they couldn't get over the top. Nelson, that's right. Jameer Nelson, that's right, President. Jameer Nelson out of St. Joseph's. He actually played with another boy that ended up messing his career up with drugs. But they was both. St. Joseph was rated #1 in the nation that year. Them two guys was in the backcourt. And Jameer Nelson ended up coming to the Magic late in the first round. And it's right. St. Joe, it was him, and there was the other boy that was really good, light skinned boy. He ended up Delonte West. That's right. It was Delonte West and Jameer Nelson. They was a bad boys, man. They was like 27-1 or something like that. But Jameer Nelson ended up playing with Dwight Howard, and they had a team. They just couldn't get over the top. And Jameer, he was 6 feet maybe, and he was stubby dude. But he could ball, he was a lot like Brunson. Brunson is better than Jameer Nelson ever was. But, then Delonte West, right. Delonte West come out of St. Joseph, had all kind of talent, man. That boy could ball. But the drugs and all this other stuff and the street life messed him up, man. Messed him up. Okay, messed him up. Well, Penny got hurt, If Penny didn't hurt his knee, Orlando would have won some championships. I mean, Penny was, you talking about a guy. Penny Hardaway was Michael Ray Richardson and not using drugs. That's how good he was. He was Michael Ray Richardson and not using drugs. That's Penny Hardaway. He was bad boy. And so him and Shaq were the ones. When he went down with the knee, that's when Shaq was talking about leaving to go to LA, and he did, obviously. But they'd have won some championships if he'd have stayed healthy. Yeah, Penny was a real talent, man. I mean, amazing talent, Penny Hardaway. Amazing talent. And so really, he was all that in the bag of chips. And the thing is, like I said, he was Michael Ray Richardson without using drugs. Michael Ray Richardson was that dude now. He just drugs messed him up. If he didn't start using cocaine and crack, he'd have been good. He'd been good, but he messed himself up. But it was all that. So it looks like 95 of y'all voted. 51% say Bates Diop will get cut. 43% say Shamet will get cut. 6% say Morris will get cut. I agree with that, although I have to lean toward Bates Diop with Mook because of his size. I'm just saying, because being 6'8", and you got, 6'2" Brunson, 6'1" Deuce, 6'3" Cameron Payne. You got enough dudes. And then you got 6'4" Devo, 6'4" Hart. I can't see them keeping another 6'4" guy that's on the fringe anyway. I think Bates Diop makes the cut. I think Bates Diop, he's already signed. His salary's already included. He's a 6'8". I think he makes the cut. And so I think him and Mook will be them back of the bench dudes, man. That depth right there. Yeah, Mook is a goon. Mook is a tough, roughneck goon, man. I can see. I see what you're saying. I can't argue that Bates Diop, you would think he'd get cut. But if you look at the roster, there's too many 6'4" guys. You got Hart, DiVincenzo, or under Deuce, Hart, DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, and then you got Cameron Payne. What you need another 6'4" guy for? I don't think so. I think unless Shamet goes off and one of them other guys falter real bad, I don't think so. And I'm thinking you're going to have Bates Diop, 6'8", he makes the team, and I think Mook makes the team. Because Bates Diop and Mook play between the two of them. They play 3 positions and could guard 3 positions. They could guard 4s, 3s, and 2s. Bates Diop can guard 2s and 3s. Mook can guard 3s and 4s, even at his advanced age. And you don't need either of them to play more than 15 minutes at the most in a bad situation. So, I know. That was a preseason game. We did that. I remember that game. I was watching that game. I was in Virginia at the time. He did that during the preseason game. He bopped dude on the head with the ball. That was bad. He was being mean. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think I kind of lean toward Diop making the team with Mook, Shamet being cut. And yeah. So anyway, y'all, it's been real. I always have a good time with y'all. Knicks Nation, Diamond Holdings, Hazard, Wildflower, Guilford McCormick, Joe Curry, Prezi, all the usual guys that has hanging out with us today. All your Diamond Holdings, my brother, Malik Shabazz, Grand Rising, welcome, my man. All of y'all. So we'll be getting ready to go to one of our favorite restaurants with some neighbors and my mom's. And I'm going to have me a nice ribeye, and we're going to chill. They got some good restaurants down here in the Florida for all these old heads like me that go to all these restaurants. What's up, Keith Watkins, man? Glad to see you too. Michael Drake, my man. Yes, they got a lot of nice restaurants out here in Central Florida because all of the old heads out here, all of the we call them in Spanish viejitos. All of the viejitos that's out here, they got all these restaurants out here. So this one is just opened up a year ago, and they got us, man. They got us. So we get ready. Yeah, it's ribeye time, man. We can ready to do some ribeye with vegetables. Yeah, we can ready to do that. We get ready to do that, man. It's time for some protein. Yeah, we get ready to do that. And I did some shooting today. Had some fun. Today was my Colt day. It was Colt revolver day. I bought a 3-inch. I got a 3-inch 357 Magnum. I got a 4 1/4 inch 357 Magnum. I got a 4 1/4 inch 44 Magnum, and they was all getting work today. And then I carried my 9mm Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 2.0, and that was getting work. So I was doing some work today at the range, baby, and I was having fun. It was just me. Sometimes I just go by myself, and I like hanging out there, So yeah, I was doing work with all three of them, and I threw some 38 specials and some 357 Magnum. I did some 44 specials and some 44 Magnum. See, it's like this. The 9mm, right? It's like hitting somebody with a regular hammer. You shoot a 357 Magnum. Well, you shoot a 38 special. It's like hitting somebody with a regular hammer. You shoot a 357 Magnum. It's like a little bigger hammer. It's a bigger hammer. It's like boom, big hammer, right? 44 special, I put the same level as a 357 Magnum. But you shoot a 44 Magnum, it's like you swinging a mallet. You hitting somebody with a daggone mallet, baby. With that, kaboom! That's that baby right there, man. Man, shoot. Yeah. And if you know that, if you know you got it, the flinch ain't too bad. If you know you getting ready to hit somebody with a mallet, you got some more strength behind it, right? But if you shooting the 357 Magnum, you hitting with it's a little bit bigger than the average size hammer 357 Magnum. But 44 special is sweet. It's a sweet spot. Now, you wouldn't take down a bear with a 44 special, but you can hit any two-legged creature. And as somebody once said, there's good medicine for any two-legged creature, a 44 special. No doubt about it. 44 Magnum, you could take out a grizzly. Definitely. 44 Magnum, grizzly coming at you, that's the end of him. Done. No problem. Done. Oh, yeah, you got kicked. But see, when you know how to shoot, it took me a while. It took me about 8 months to learn how to shoot 44 Magnum. Now I know how to shoot it. So when I shoot it, I'm relaxed, and I'm putting it in the single action. And I know it's like a sledgehammer. So I'm not, I just picture it as I'm hitting with a big old sledgehammer. Boom! And you catching it. You know what I mean? So a bear, if you got a grizzly bear coming at you and you got a 44 Magnum, you got a more than 50-50 chance, of surviving that attack. More than 50-50. Black bear, same thing. No problem. No problem. They're going down. They could be 9 feet tall. Okay. They're going down. 44 Magnum. But anything less than that, yeah. Some people trust a 357 on a bear. 357 ain't no joke now, But If I'm out in the woods somewhere, I'm carrying my 44. I'm carrying 244 because I got 244 Magnum. I'm thinking about buying the third one. I got a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum, and I got a Colt 44 Magnum. I'm thinking about getting another Colt. Yeah, but if I'm out there in the woods and there's grizzly, like when I used to live in New Hampshire, and there's big old black bears, oh man, or moose, oh yeah, 44 Mag. You definitely got to be packing that, and you ain't got no problems with that. No problem at all. No problem. Okay, 22, they're gonna laugh at you and eat you while they laughing. 22 is like a little hammer, like a little hammer. I got Mossberg. Andrew Kim, I got a Mossberg. I got the 88, the Mossberg 88. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking about getting another one but why? That's for home defense. And that's another thing. If you're out in the woods now, you want to carry, you want to carry a Mossberg 12 gauge. That'll take care of some business. That'll do it. Especially a slug. Take care of some business. Yeah. Oh, you mean like 100 yards? No, I ain't got nothing like that. That could go 100 yards, 200 yards. Like if you're going to shoot something from 300 yards away, like you hunting an elk or something, and you need to hit it from 200 or 300 yards. I ain't got nothing like that. Yeah, I ain't got nothing like that. If I was going to be living in the woods, though, I would get one. Yeah, something that could hit something from 300 yards, 400 yards. Yeah, I don't got nothing like that. I would get something though. If I was living in the woods, I would get something. Now the shotgun will take something out from 25 yards. There's no doubt about it. 25 yards away, 50 will be pushing it, but definitely 25 yards. You could take out whatever you want with a 12 gauge shotgun. It'll definitely do the trick, baby. Definitely do the trick. And God forbid somebody should break in my house, like Sister Harris said, they're gonna get shot. But see, they don't want to come in my house because I be having stuff all over the house, and you don't want to come in when I'm at the wrong one. You might have a problem. If you are just learning to shoot for the first time, if I was just learning to shoot, I would get a 22. 22 is the lightest, pretty much, right? The lightest caliber you could get. And depending, if you want to shoot a rifle, I get a 22. My man Castleton got a 22 rifle. You get a 22. And then once you get used to shooting the 22, it's the lightest caliber you could shoot, just to get yourself used to handling the gun. And of course, get an instructor. Go to a range where you can get instruction and get an instructor to teach you how to handle a gun safely. Don't point it at nobody, and make sure. I've helped a couple of people, and I keep, put it this way, man. Put it this way. You don't want that gun pointing at you. But 22. Somebody said, what should I get? If you're going to start shooting for the first time, get a 22. When you get used to the 22, get a 9mm. When you get used to shooting the 22, get a 9. And there's a lot of 9s available. Get a 9. Now, after that, it's up to you. Then you decide what you want. Right. You can get a Glock 9mm. I prefer the Smith & Wessons. Guy was trying to sell me a Springfield Armory today, because it comes with 4 extra magazines for free, plus the red dot for free. And I was like, dang, I was tempted to get it, but I didn't. My wife would kill me. But I was like, dang. He was selling the 9mm Springfield Armory Hellcat with the red dot plus 4 magazines for $600. I thought that was a deal. I thought that was a deal. So because I was talking about a Glock too. But he's like, no, look at this. I was like, oh, shoot. But I walked out the store before I bought it. I said, nah, my wife will kill me, man, if I get that. My wife will kill me, So, but to answer the question, get you a 22, either a rifle or a handgun. If you're planning on carrying, and New York State allows you to carry, or you're going to get a carry license, get a 22. Learn how to shoot the 22. Get somebody to teach you. Learn how to shoot it. It's the lightest caliber, so you'll get used to it pretty quick. Then after you get used to that, then go get it. Here in Florida, when I was getting my license to carry it, they don't need it, but I got it anyway. The instructor was using a Glock 9. He was using a Glock 9mm he was using the Glock 9mm, and that's how we took our test for our carry license on the Glock. He had everybody shoot the Glock. So you're going, you could get it, but I'm just telling you, if you just starting off, get 22, it'll be very easy for you to shoot, and then get you a 9mm. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure, Michael Drake, that the North Carolina laws are pretty reasonable with respect to concealed carry, right? I mean, is North Carolina a castle doctrine state? I don't know. Is it? Let me see. Is North Carolina a castle doctrine state? Let me see. Yep, it's a castle doctrine state. North Carolina is. So you got the castle doctrine. I'm not sure. Let me see. Is North Carolina a concealed carry state? Yep. So you can conceal carry, and you got the castle doctrine in North Carolina. So Michael Drake, you go get your license, get an instructor. The guy that's giving you license will give you some instruction. Then, like I said, start off with a 22, or get you a 9mm after that, or start off with the 9, depending on what your instructor uses. I was crazy because my father left me a 44 Magnum. That was the first gun I shot. So I started off shooting 44 Magnum, man, and it scared the hell out of me. I ain't gonna front, and I didn't even know about 44 Special. I was shooting 44 Magnum cartridges. Then I got a 357 from him too. My father left me a 357 and a 44, and I was shooting. Those were the first ones I was shooting. So then when I learned how to shoot 38 Special, I said, "Oh man, this is easy." And then when somebody turned me on to a 9mm, I said, "This ain't nothing," because I started off shooting 44 Magnum. My father had that. That was his main gun, man, 44 Magnum. So he left me that. Smith & Wesson. But yeah, if I had to start over, I'd start over with something light and work my way up. Yeah, work my way up. Get used to it. So anyway, time to go get this ribeye. Yo, please be safe this weekend. A lot of craziness going on. This past week, there were at least 2 mass shootings. One in Minneapolis, and one, y'all heard about the one in Birmingham, Alabama last night? 21 people were injured, 4 people killed. That's all they got initially, might be more dead. And then in Minneapolis, 2 people killed or 3 people injured, killed, something like that. They're getting crazy with these mass shootings, y'all. They're getting crazy with them, man. Yeah, RDX, that's good advice. RDBXRP, that's good advice. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Or, you could just get a 22 and then get a 9 after that. But yeah, he's saying the same thing. Start out with a 22 and then go to 9. That'll be the easy way to go. Yeah. But there was 2 mass shootings in the last 2 nights. That's not including what we know about the mass shooting that happened in Georgia about 2 weeks ago. And then there's been others. Here in Florida, they had to shut down the school in the Orlando area. People talking about kids talking about bringing in guns and stuff, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So there's a lot going on. Please be careful. May the Most High protect you and be with you all. But be careful out there, man. Keep your eyes open. There's some nuts out here, man. Between perverts that are trying to snatch kids and rape them. Little 13-year-old boy got raped in the stairwell yesterday in the Bronx. I hope hope they catch him. But people like that, man. And then you got the nuts out here thinking because they got a gun, they could go right up and just shoot a whole bunch of people, So be very careful out there. Enjoy yourself, though. Enjoy yourself. Be careful. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. Please be safe. And we will talk to y'all soon. Thank you all for all of your prayers and all of your well wishes for my bride. I greatly appreciate that. She's doing really good now. And y'all, thank you again for that. Appreciate that. We will be coming up with some other stuff. I can't tell you what it is. When it comes to my spirit, I bring it. And it comes to my spirit, I bring it. If it doesn't, then I don't. But y'all be careful out there, okay? So